Guys, Sean C. Phillips here, my brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Today gonna go out today, see things came out today, see things are on sale. Now today though, new release-wise, some of the bigger things that are coming out today is the film Nomadland. That one is releasing, as well as the film Vanquish, the new Ruby Rose film that she stars in Vanquish. Other than that though, I know there's a handful of other things that are coming out today, a couple other ones, and there are a few things that came out last Tuesday that I didn't see out in stores, so I might see some of that stuff out today. And also though, at the end of this video is gonna be a whole bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews for some things I received to review and talk about for you guys. So definitely stay tuned for those at the end of the video. And as always too, let me know what you guys thought of the DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks that I reviewed. If you guys have seen them, what you guys thought of them, and also if you guys plan on picking any of them up. But anyway though guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Target we go. But let's take a look right here though and see if they have anything new here in the front. Nomadland is one of the ones that I feel like they might end up putting up here in the front, but it doesn't look like they changed anything here. It's all the same stuff for the most part. They randomly put the Land randomly put some other stuff, older stuff here, like the Land Before Time 5-movie collection is now randomly there. Pikachu, Detective Pikachu, and Boss Baby. So yeah, these ones were randomly like put back out here. Let's see if there's anything else changed on the side, because they randomly put those ones. Seems to be all the same things here. This one might be different, this 2-movie collection here with Abominable and Boss Baby. I might not have remembered seeing that one right here. Let's check over here as well. So yeah, Scarface might not have been there. I'm pretty sure these other ones had been, I'm pretty sure. But we'll head over to the actual section though and see, hopefully they have out the new stuff. Because last Tuesday, if you guys remember, I ended up going to all the stores and I didn't really see anything new out at all. So I kind of like saw none of the new releases at all for the video, because I know I had this stuff out, but fingers crossed though. And listen right now in here is when they're playing like the talking and there's no music, so you have to kind of like go over here real quick when it's going on and peek. But I can tell just from the quick peek, I don't see Nomadland or Vanquish on here. It's all the same stuff like Wonder Woman, Barb and Star, and I don't see it on the side. No, it seems to be all the same things here on the side and everything. So yeah, don't see any of the new. No, here I do. I do see Vanquish right here for $16.99. So they do have one of the new things here. So that's good. So at least they have Vanquish, but it's around the side here. I don't see Nomadland though, because I feel like they would definitely have Nomadland in here, but I don't see a spot for it or anything like that though. But yeah, at least they have Vanquish here. So it's $16.99 for the Blu-ray and then $14.99 for the DVD of that one. But yeah though, at least they ended up having one of the things out in there today. Because like I said, last Tuesday I went to everywhere and I don't think I really saw anything, because I didn't have anything in the the thumbnail or anything last week, because all the places didn't have anything out and everything. So at least today, at least I saw something. But if you went to Target today though, let me know if your location had Nomadland, because I'm definitely interested if that one is for sale on Targets. I feel like it would be, especially because it had all the nominations and wins and everything. So I feel like it would have been one of the ones that they would have for sure had. So let me know for sure though if your location had one or not though. But now gonna head over to Walmart over here. We'll see. You guys know how it's been with Walmart lately with stuff being out, but we'll see though. We shall see. Into Walmart we go. So it's the moment of truth. We'll head over there now and see what they have. And I'm not seeing a whole lot right now. And I'm seeing a couple different things that I don't feel like I recognized seeing last time around. But let's see though. So I think I remember seeing this in here last week. This one here, this Crisis movie. So I don't know anything about this. If you guys have watched this one though, let me know if this one's worth checking out. This one here, I don't think I remember seeing Body Brokers. I don't know. I might have saw that out last Tuesday. Here, let's see. Ancient Aliens season 13. I think that was last Tuesday as well. I do see spots here though for these new ones. I see for Vanquish, for the Blu-ray, and then for the DVD. And then this is one though that I forgot this was today. I definitely want to see this one here, Safer at Home. I'm gonna have to ask to see if they can find that one in a box or anything. So I'm definitely gonna do that, because that's one I definitely wanted to see. Let's see though, just to make sure there's nothing else here on the side. And sometimes mixed in here are some other things. And I think I am seeing some other things I don't remember seeing. Some of the last week things here, like I see This one here, Phobias. I found that at the other location last Tuesday. And they have this Tom Green one. I'm going to be talking about this at the end of the movie. This one here it's called Interviewing Monsters and Bigfoot. And that one's $9.99 for that one. And they have the Summoning here. That one is $9.99 as well. Other than that, though, like mixed in here, I don't think I see anything else different. I think all these other ones I've seen before in here. They do have the Mortuary Collection, though, and that one's $9.99 as well for that one. But yeah, like I said, just peeking through all this stuff, I don't see anything else mixed in here, but I'm definitely gonna ask them though to see if they can find though the Safer at Home one though, just to see if they can find that. So we'll see. Like I said, fingers crossed on that though. Yeah, so today though, luckily enough, they ended up actually getting it in the box. This is the one I was looking for, this one, Safer at Home. Like I said, I totally forgot this one released today. It looked like a kind of an interesting one, but yeah though, luckily enough, I ended up, they ended up having that one, out in there today. And they ended up, just ended up going. I asked them, I said, oh, I didn't see it on the shelf. And they basically just went right to the corner. And then the one guy was like, oh, yeah, I think it's in the box. And he just grabbed it out of the box. So it was like no big thing today. That's kind of how it used to be. They would just get it, the employees would just get something in a box. But before, recently in some of the other stores, if I would ask about that, like, oh, could you get it in if it might be in the box? They'd be like, oh, well, we can't do that. You know what I mean? So luckily enough today, though, they ended up getting it. So at least today, I finally in this Walmart got something new. I haven't bought anything in this particular location in forever because, like I said, you've seen the videos. It's like been no beans, no luck for a while. So at least we found that. But now they're going to head over to Best Buy to see what they have over there, though. But yeah, at least finally they were able to find something, though. But like I said, this one definitely looked like an interesting kind. I think it's like done in the style of like Unfriended and stuff like that. Into Best Buy we go. Well, taking a look in here, though, I haven't seen the Nomadland. I don't see any space for Nomadland, but I do see in here, one thing came out today that I totally forgot this was releasing. I didn't even know about this, honestly. Dirty Dancing on 4K for $19.99, and it's a limited edition, Best Buy exclusive steelbook for that one. So that's actually really cool. Like I said, this one's $19.99 for that one, and that's the 4K Ultra HD edition. Other than that, though, I do see the Mortuary Collection. That was out last Tuesday, so they finally have that out. They didn't have it out on the shelves last Tuesday. And they have Vanquish here, the Ruby Rose movie, and that one is $15.99 for the Blu-ray of that one. They have a spot here for Donnie Darko, the 4K edition, but they don't have it out on here, though. So that's cool that they're going to carry that one in here. Other than that, though, I see this one, 400 Bullets and the Crazy Samurai. So I think those ones might have been the past couple weeks, though. Other than that, though, like I said, I don't see Nomadland anywhere, unless it's like mixed in somewhere, but no, I definitely do not see that one anywhere in here, though. But yeah, like I said, totally forgot, though, that this one was coming out today. I didn't even know that was coming out today on 4K, so that's cool, though. Other than that, though, I don't see anything else different in here. I noticed, though, too, with the movie section, they're changing it so they have like anime section, comedy and drama, so they have a little bit of like a spillover section of movies over here, because before these were kind of like random movies, but now they kind of have like the specific type of movies, action, sci-fi, 4K movies over there. So yeah, they're kind of like separating some of these ones here. But other than those two things, though, don't see anything else different in here today, though. So anyway, though, guys, that was all for my DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Like I always say, if you guys enjoy these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also, though, let me know, what you guys ended up picking up on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K, if you guys ended up picking up anything new today. And also, let me know if you saw Nomadland in any of the stores, like if your Best Buy had it and maybe this one just didn't have it put out or not. Like I said, I'm not sure if they're going to be carrying that one or not. But like I said, definitely let me know, what you guys picked up today. And also be sure to let me know, too, what you guys thought of the DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks that I reviewed at the end of this video, what you guys thought of them. If you guys have seen them, and also if you guys plan on picking any of them up. And also, too, let me know anything new you guys have watched on streaming. Any new TV shows or movies or any of that kind of stuff as well. But anyway, though, guys, thanks again for watching and subscribing. Now stay tuned for the brand new reviews. And the first one I got here is from Lionsgate. It's a movie here which stars Ruby Rose and Morgan Freeman called Vanquish. This one, it's basically, though, about Ruby Rose's character who, she's friends with Morgan Freeman, and his character is like this retired, I think he was supposed to have been like a cop or somebody that like had all this power and stuff that in the job, the position that he was in. And basically, though, Ruby Rose had been like, her character had been friends with Morgan Freeman for years, and like you find out that she like had done something in the past where she like died done like kind of like a hitman type job or something like that. So she got away from this and kind of had totally changed her life and everything and got away from all this stuff. And basically, though, when she's over there seeing Morgan Freeman's character, her daughter's along as well, and then all of a sudden she like goes to do something, and then the daughter is missing. And basically, what happens is Morgan Freeman kidnaps her daughter and basically says, there is, I think it was like 5 different people that she has to go. I can't remember exactly the amount of people it was, but she has to go and kill these different group of people throughout the night. And if she ends up going to do this, then she'll get her daughter back. But the only way that she'll get her daughter back is to do this for Morgan Freeman's character. So it's basically, her going on these different kind of hits, going after these different type of people. But it's one of those things too, when she goes for one person, then like it kind of gets alerted to the other people, and then they kind of are alerted that she's coming, to get them and stuff like that. But I thought this was kind of cool. It kind of has like a John Wick kind of feel to it a little bit. It definitely has that kind of vibe a little bit to this one. The next ones here, these ones are all from Kino Lorber, and this is a movie that I've always loved. This movie, this is a really, really fun movie. This is a movie which stars Vanilla Ice called Cool as Ice, and this is one I'm so glad is now on Blu-ray. Like I said, it is a really fun movie, and I like Vanilla Ice, and when he acts in movies, he pops in a lot of Adam Sandler movies, and I think he's kind of funny, like especially in like That's My Boy. He was really funny in that, and I know that they've like been talking for years about wanting to do a sequel to this. I know Adam Sandler was talking about wanting to produce a sequel. I know there was like rumors about that, which would be kind of cool to see Cool as Ice 2 now. Like Vanilla Ice like riding the motorcycle now, and like I don't know what kind of, if he would have this kind of style now, or what kind of style he would have. I think he probably, if Adam Sandler is producing it, he would probably have him keep the same look and everything, because that's like the kind of humor that he would do. But this is a fun movie. It's basically though about like Vanilla Ice kind of character comes into town and meets this one girl who's kind of like the, she dates like the real like jock kind of guys and everything like that, and he doesn't really fit in the mold, and he kind of, likes her, but then she has this other boyfriend, and he's like saying drop the zero, get with the hero, and all this kind of stuff. It's just a really fun movie about just this crazy stuff going on, and it has on here though, feature-wise, it has a commentary track on here with film historians on here, as well as a theatrical trailer. But like I said, if you guys have never seen this movie, really, really fun movie, looks great here on Blu-ray. The next one here is from Kino Lorber as well, and this is a movie which stars George Segal and Natalie Wood called The Last Married Couple in America. And this one was basically though, and this has a lot of different people in here. This has like Dom DeLuise is in here, Valerie Harper is in here, Richard Benjamin. It's basically though about like this is like, from 1980, and this is kind of like around the time too when there was like a lot of stuff about like people getting divorced and all kinds of talk about people getting divorced and marriages not lasting and all that kind of stuff. And there was kind of like a lot of talk about that. I remember in like the 80s they did a lot of movies around this time kind of about that kind of stuff and about like relationship issues and stuff like that. And basically though, at this time too when this was set, like a lot of people were getting divorced and like relationships were not lasting, and of course it's still going on now, but like at this time, like I said, they were doing a lot of movies on this kind of subject. I remember a couple other things seeing from around the same period of time. But essentially, though, what this is about, though, is like they're a happily married couple. Like they're really happy. Their marriage is going really good. But like I said, all their friends around them, their marriages are failing. They're getting divorced. And then they're talking about how with their divorce, it's really great. And they're so happy. So basically, it's making them question their own marriage because they're really happy. But they're questioning their marriage and if they should be getting divorced or if they're really happy and if they're really, getting along well because of what's going on, around with everyone else that's around them. On here, though, feature-wise, this has a commentary by film historian on here, Lee Gambin, as well as a theatrical trailer on this one. The next one here is from Kino Lorber as well. It's a movie here called Sweet Liberty. This is another one that has a great cast. It has Bob Hoskins in here, Michelle Pfeiffer, Michael Caine, Alan Alda. And this is basically, though, this is about making a film. And I always love movies. If you guys know me, I love films that are about making movies and about, like, coming to a small town to make a movie and all of that kind of stuff. I always like those kind of movies that are about making films and stuff like that. And this is basically, though, about Alan Alda's character is this writer, and he wrote this this book that is being adapted into a movie. And it was like a real serious. It was like based in history and about the things that really had happened and stuff like that. And what's going on though is they ended up wanting to modernize and adapt this so that they come to his town, where he is and where he's a teacher, and works on all his character, and to make this movie. but he's realizing though that they're changing everything, and it's kind of just about the whole problems about making this movie, and about like the whole group that comes into town and everything, and the disagreements with the director and all this kind of stuff, and that they don't really care about the book, and like I said, they're changing everything to try and make it more modern and all that kind of stuff. But really, another really fun movie. This one has on here a feature-wise, a commentary by film historians on here, as well as a theatrical trailer. And the next one from Kino Lorber as well, and this one is a movie which is directed by Dennis Hopper, and this one stars Don Johnson. This also has in here, Jennifer Connelly is in here, and this was an interesting movie. This is from 1990, so this was like right around the same time. I don't know if this was like right before or right after. I think it might have been like right at the identical time to when Jennifer Connelly was doing Career Opportunities. So it's like around that period of time. What's cool though is, if you guys didn't hear, Kino Lorber is going to be releasing Career Opportunities on Blu-ray. It's coming out soon, which I cannot wait. I'm so glad that one is finally coming to Blu-ray. Like, I love that movie, and I me too. I love movies that are like in stores and stuff like that. And it's all filmed in a Target. Like 95% of the movie is in a Target. So I always like that movie. And this one though, this is really hard to explain. But it's basically about Don Johnson's character coming to this town, and it becomes kind of this like he's playing like he's like this guy that kind of goes into towns and drifts around to place and everything, and he's planning on trying to rob this small bank that's there, so he's kind of casing the joint. But then there ends up being this love triangle with Virginia Madsen's character and stuff with Jennifer Connelly, and this whole thing going on and everything. But it's a pretty cool movie though. It has on here though, feature-wise, as a commentary track on here with entertainment journalist Byron Reisman. It has an interview with co-star Virginia Madsen, interview with William Sadler, and a theatrical trailer. Yeah, William Sadler is also in this movie as well, who was tons of movies, but I always think of him as Death from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. The next ones here, these ones are all from Mill Creek. It's a movie here, and this one is kind of funny because it has Les Strode from the TV show Survivor Man is acting in this movie alongside Tom Green. It's a movie called Interviewing Monsters and Bigfoot, and this is basically though about people that are like really into Bigfoot hunting and like Sasquatch and all that kind of stuff, and like the people that really are like trying to find him, so they're always out there trying to find Bigfoot and everything. And Les Stroud's character is like somebody who's out there living out in the jungle, in the woods and everything like that, to try and find, Bigfoot and try and capture him and get a footprint and all that kind of stuff. And Tom Green's character, he's like the small like town sheriff kind of forest ranger kind of guy and stuff like that, talking about the Bigfoot and everything. But it's basically though about people coming to try and find this Bigfoot and everything. It's a fun movie though, and I always loved Tom Green, like I said, and it was cool to see Les Stroud in here acting in this movie as well, because I used to watch Survivor Man back in the day. I used to like that because it was basically just, if you guys never saw that show, it was this Les Stroud's character, and he was just him with a camera. He didn't have, I don't think there was a crew or anything on that, because it wasn't like Man vs. Wild or those ones where it was a crew with him. I think it was just him, and he had like 2 or 3 of his own cameras, and he would just set them up himself and like shoot everything out there. The next one here, this is from Mill Creek as well, and this is Dave Chappelle's Block Party. I remember this really well when this one came out. I remember like I saw like the poster to this, I think the exact same time I was seeing, I don't know, it's a weird thing I remember, but I remember seeing like American Wedding, and I think I remember seeing the poster for this one, because I think this was coming out too right after Dave Chappelle had left the Chappelle Show. I think the Chappelle Show, he like left before season 3 was done shooting, and I think this came out like a little bit after the Chappelle Show had ended. But this is basically like him going around and like putting on this party, and it has like musical acts and all different types of artist performances and stuff like that here. And the other one from Mill Creek as well. And this is a show that I never saw this one when it was on. And it's a pretty fun show. And this is, stars Brad Garrett, and it's called Till Death. And this is the complete, series of the show here. And I'll show you guys, though, a look inside. The discs are in here like this. So each of the seasons are in each of their ones. So like season 1, season 2, season 3, and season 4. But it's basically though about Brad Garrett's character and his wife, and they've been married for for a number of years. I think 24 years they were together, and then it's Eddie K. Thomas's character who moves in next door, and Brad Garrett was like, I think he was a teacher, and then his character was I think he was a teacher, unless I'm blanking because I watched a bunch of stuff lately. So I'm thinking about I'm thinking about this one script and stuff something so with the teacher. So I don't know if I'm mixing that up, but I think he was a teacher in this, I believe. But I know, though, that they ended up working together, and it was kind of like, you know, the differences between a couple that had been together for all these years or married for 24 years, and then people who had just gotten married a couple days before. They're on basically the honeymoon stage of their relationship. So it's kind of like the differences between them and everything. So that's kind of what the show's about. But like I said, I just started watching through this, and it's a pretty fun show. Like I said, I never watched any of this one, though, when this was on, and it originally aired from 2006 to 2009. And the next ones I got here are all from moviezing.com. I'll have a link below where you guys can go to order these ones for the best price. And the first ones here are both from Paramount. And this is a movie which I'm so glad now is on Blu-ray. And it's a movie that I feel like a lot of people really forgot about. You do not hear about this movie too much. And I remember seeing this one in theaters and how much I liked this. And I think it was actually one of the earliest R-rated movies that I ever saw in theaters. I remember, like, I think one of the very first ones I ever saw in theaters that was R-rated was Alien Resurrection. I think this one was around this time, maybe like a little bit after that. But I know Alien Resurrection was the very first R-rated movie I ever saw in theaters. Not the first R-rated movie I ever watched. I think that was like National Lampoon's Vacation when I was like 4 years old or something. But I remember when theaters, I remember at Resurrection, I remember this being one of the really early ones. And it's a movie here called Dead Man on Campus. Like I said, this is a really fun movie. It's like a college film, and it's basically, though, about like these guys who are like not doing good in school, and they're like flunking, and they're worried they're going to get kicked out of school and everything. And they hear this idea that if their roommate like dies or kills himself or something like that, then they won't flunk out because they're, you know, because of what had happened and everything. So they want to find somebody to be their roommate that seems kind of like he's a mess, so this person could die, so then they could end up staying in the school and not flunking out and stuff like that. So it's a really fun movie, though. Like I said, really glad this one now, you know, has a Blu-ray release. And the other one here, I'm hoping that Paramount will do a Blu-ray of this down the line as well. You know, because I would love a Blu-ray of this, so I'm definitely want to put that out there. But I'm glad this one is back in print again, because this one was out of print for a while. And this is probably like one of my favorite movies, like in like probably like for comedies, it's definitely like in the top 100. Like this is like my kind of humor. I like this kind of humor. This is totally. I'm looking forward to seeing when they're bringing the show back. But this is like totally my kind of movie. And this is Kids in the Hall Brain Candy. And if you guys have never watched this one, this is like hilarious, like absolute must watch. Like and you know, the guys basically play all the characters in the show in the show and the movie, and they play the women, they play the men, they play everything, and it's hilarious. But it's basically, though, about a group of people who all work at this pharmaceutical company, and they end up creating this pill to make you happy. And the person who runs the company, he wants to kind of rush it into production before they have proper time to test it and everything. And of course, they rush it into production, and things go horribly wrong with it. It has these side effects and all this kind of stuff that happens. But it's basically, though, all about the team trying to put together this pill and the testing processes and stuff. And there's some cameos in here too. Like there's a fun cameo of Brendan Fraser, like this really random Brendan Fraser cameo in here. But this is one of those movies. Like honestly, guys, if you like wacky, crazy, really goofy humor, and you guys have never watched this movie, definitely watch this one. The next one here is from this is from, I think it's from John. I don't know. I'll put the company below. I'm not sure the company name for this, but this one is finally available on Blu-ray. And if you guys never saw the sequel to this movie, in the very first first person you see in the sequel to the film is me reviewing the first film. So I'm reviewing the first film, and the second film you see me talking about it and everything. So that was kind of cool. But this is the Blu-ray edition here of Brave Encounters. And this is the 10th anniversary edition of the film, now available on Blu-ray. And it's basically, if you guys have never seen this movie, it's done about a group of like these paranormal ghost hunters and stuff like that, who have like a ghost hunting kind of show, like one of those kind of ones. And basically they're going into this haunted asylum where they had heard that things had happened in there, and they kind of are taking it as like kind of a gag and not really taking it super serious. And of course, but they get in there and find themselves trapped, and that there really is something going on in there. And this was a very, very effectively super creepy movie and everything. That's why, like, when I got to do some, they put my review in the sequel. I thought that was so cool. I knew ahead of time, though, that it was going to be in there. Though when I think about it now, I'm like, I should have shot it with a better camera and stuff. I shot it like really low quality. I'm like, why did I not keep that footage and shoot it in HD or something? The next one here, these ones are all from Freestyle Digital, and these are also all from Movie Zing as well. This one here is called The Canyonlands. And this one is basically, though, and this is making me think of that one movie about, like, what was the name of that movie? Like Savage Waters or something like that? I think that's what it was, about people going out on, like, a rafting ride when things go very wrong. And this is basically, though, about this woman who goes and does, like, river rafting, takes people out, like, as, like, a river guide, and, through the mountains kind of area, through like the river in the desert and all that kind of stuff. And essentially, though, when the woman is like starting to have these visions of things and everything like that, and the group of people go out there, and there ends up being this crazed like pickaxe like miner, like an old time like old western kind of miner that is out there. And it basically, though, it's kind of like you find out more about the past and why this is going on and why they're going through this stuff out there. But it's basically, though, them getting all like hunted out there by this killer and trying to figure out where they're going to go and trying to get away and all that kind of stuff. It was actually a pretty cool movie. I definitely like this one a lot. The other one here, and this movie is kind of a cool mixture. It kind of starts off like it's one way about like this mob group and everything like that, and this family, they're having like a rivalries and all this kind of stuff together and everything. But it's a movie here called Witness Infection. But it's basically, though, what ends up happening, though, it's like this group of these mob family and all this kind of stuff. But what ends up happening, though, is they, like, ends up being a zombie outbreak. So it's kind of like this mob that's kind of hiding out and everything. And like I said, they have, like, people that are kind of coming after them, and they're having, like, these feuds and all these type of things. But while they're trying to work out their problems and all these type of things, there ends up being a zombie outbreak, like I said. So it's kind of like them dealing with all these problems at the same time dealing with this zombie outbreak. So it's a kind of a mixture of, like, a mob type of a movie, and then it kind of changes direction and turns into this zombie film. So it's kind of a cool thing. I like the cover on here too, like the zombie holding this hot dog and everything in the tracksuit and everything. So that's kind of cool for the cover for this one. The next one here, this is from Freestyle Digital as well, and it's also from Movie Zing. And this is a movie here called The Believer. And this one was basically, though, about this guy who's like a wife is basically acting really strange. Like all of a sudden something has happened, and like she was pregnant, she ended up deciding to not keep the kid, keep the pregnancy, and like she just starts to like slowly is acting very weird. Like there's something up with her, and it's kind of one of these, and she's like just like continuously, it's one of those movies too, as it goes along, she starts to kind of like get weirder and weirder and weirder, and it's like the husband is trying to figure out exactly what is going on and why she's acting this way and everything. And this movie also has Billy Zane in here, but it's a cool movie, though. It's a very creepy kind of thing where it's just like about someone kind of losing it more and more as it goes along. The next one here is from Freestyle Digital as well. This is another fun movie. This is a movie here called Hawk and Rev Vampire Slayers. And this is, I like the cover on this one here as well. And this is basically, though, about like these two guys that kind of come together. And it's like they, they're basically, the one guy is like working as like the security guard and everything. But it ends up being like they both have had like kind of like problems in their life and stuff like that, and like kicked out of things. The one guy was kicked out of the army, and it's just like for like a lot of little things, and like they just like these two guys that are really not together very well. But what ends up happening, though, is there ends up being vampires. So it's like, and like the one guy is like really into vampires too, and like believes people are vampires. So like this is like his moment to shine. So it's basically kind of like is like the Frog Brothers and Lost Boys when they're like teaming up together to try and like fight these vampires and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun movie here. Like I said, this one here is called Hawk and Rev Vampire Slayers. And the next one I got here is from moviezing.com as well. And this one is also from Paramount. And this is a Survivor, Winners at Last. And this is a show that, I remember when the show first was on. I think it started in 1999. I remember I watched that, and then around the same time was The Amazing Race. I think it might have been the same exact time or like a little bit after, but I remember especially Survivor, I watched that for the first like probably 4 or 5 seasons. Then I hadn't watched the show in years, so I only like recently watched the last season before this one. So before that I had not seen the show in forever. So probably from like 2005 until like, less than a year ago, I had not seen the show in forever. And this show here now is 20 winners from past seasons of the show, all coming together though, and they're basically competing now. And there's also like they always do too at the show is they kind of change stuff up, so they have different types of challenges and different kind of ways to earn points or to stay in the show, without getting voted out and stuff like that, eliminated. Because like basically, if you guys never saw the show, the people all come together and they're competing and they're doing these type of challenges, and there's certain type of things too where if you win a certain thing, you can stay and avoid elimination and all that kind of stuff. But it's basically, all different people coming together and trying to, become the ultimate survivor and winning the show and, keep from getting voted out and everything. But this one, like I said, is all people who had won past shows all coming together and everything. And on here, though, feature-wise, it has a survival at 40, greatest moments and players, trial, council, voting, secret scenes on here, 10 greatest players. It has a sizzle reel on here. It's also a... how many disc set here is a 5 disc set here as well. And the next one here, this is also from moviezing.com. This is also from Universal. And this is a show, I believe in the U.S. is like exclusive to Spectrum. Like the cable company has it as an exclusive show, and I don't know if it airs I think it's like it airs on like other places in other countries and stuff like that. But I know in the U.S. though it's a Spectrum original. And this is Temple season 1 here, and this one is basically this stars Mark Strong, and he's basically a doctor who goes and has this underground business in the tunnels, like the subway tunnel systems in in London and everything, where he's going and doing this illegal clinic. So basically he goes and people that were criminals and these bad guys and stuff come in if they've been injured or had something bad happen to them and everything. So he goes and helps them. But it's one of those kind of things where it's like he it's like he's kind of starting to wonder if this is a good thing that he's doing this, and he's kind of having like a crisis by doing this, and it's like getting worse and worse and worse from the people that are coming in there, and he's not sure if he really wants to be doing this and stuff. But it's a pretty cool show here. Like I said, this is the complete first season here of the show Temple here. The next one here is from Well Go USA, and this is a movie here called Morgue. And this is basically, though, about, the security guard who is going to work at like this morgue. And basically he's going there, and it's kind of like a, was it like, I'm trying to remember what he does here. He gets a job at a morgue, and then, he was going there, and then the, it was like kind of like an abandoned kind of weird morgue that he was going to work at. And he noticed, like right away, you notice like that there's like a body there, and it kind of moves, like the thing kind of moved a little bit, and then like behind him you see like the body like get up and run. It was like some of that kind of stuff, that real creepy stuff too, of like things going on in the background in this movie, like creepy stuff happening. It was definitely that kind of a vibe. But basically though, it's kind of like him in there while this is happening and trying to figure out exactly what he's going to do. But it was some really creepy moments in here. This is definitely very effective. All those kind of movies that are in insane asylums and hospitals and that kind of stuff are always like really creepy to me. Like especially Session 9, like that one always lives on to me as like one of the top creepiest movies here. The next ones here, these ones are all from Indican Pictures, and these are ones I just want to let you guys know were available. And this one here is a movie called Bang Bang. This one is basically, though, it was one of those kind of movies, kind of like a kid's sort of bully, kind of hyper, kind of crazy movie about a group of these kids who are all kind of like partying, messing around and stuff like that, doing drugs, all these type of things, and they end up like, it's kind of like them just doing really bad stuff, continuously getting worse and worse, and eventually it's like them going and doing this robbery. But it's kind of like they're going and like tripping out on the things that they're doing, and it's just like it's like I said, it's one of those things, kind of like a kids thing, movie Kids, where they're like, it just continuously builds up and worse about them, and they're making worse and worse decisions and that kind of stuff here. The next one here, this one is from Indican Pictures as well, and it's a movie here which stars Amanda Plummer called Spiral Farm. And this is basically, though, about these girls that are in this like you know, community, like an isolate. It's one of those kind of like one of those religious kind of like Mennonite kind of community, sort of like that, kind of like Quakers, like living out in the middle of nowhere in their own kind of community. They all live together. They all kind of work together and help each other, and that kind of stuff. They all these, you know, that type of thing. And basically, though, they come to realize though that there's more to, you know, all of this, and they kind of want to see you know, the real world, and you know, all of that type of stuff. And it's kind of like them not really sure if what they're, you know, around them is really what they want, and that they want to go out there and actually see things and everything like that. The other one here from Indican Pictures is one here called Poor Boy, and this one was basically though about like it's like about the group of these kids, these two guys and everything, that really want to try and like you know, get out of this town. It's one of those movies about people that are in this town that really want to do anything they can to get away, and they're like, you know, thinking about if they can rob or basically whatever they can to get out of this town and to get away. But it's kind of like it becomes one of those things. They start making really, really bad decisions and everything. And the last one from Indican Pictures, and this one was like a crazy. This was kind of like that one like Leisure Suit Larry and stuff like that, like kind of like that type of animation, like but like really like dirty kind of stuff. And this was one called The Trouble with Terrical? Trouble with Terrical, I believe that's how you say that. Turkle? Maybe Turkle. Yeah, Trouble with Turkle. I think that's how you say that. And I think this was like a Russian film, I think. And it's in English. It's dubbed over in English because it has like these, and even the trailer for this was this crazy trailer. But it's basically like about this kid that's like getting bullied and stuff like that, and this one like alcoholic guy, and it's like it's really crazy, but it's like real like off the wall, like Spike and Mike kind of like crazy animation kind of stuff here. There's some funny stuff in it though. And the last ones here are both from Wild Eye. This one here is called Night Shot. This is a film which is all done in like one, you know, was this the one that was in, yeah, this was the one that was an all one take about this woman who was going to investigate, you know, stuff that had happened in this mental asylum. And she goes to kind of do a, you know, just kind of do a video to show it and everything. But like I said, it's all done in one take, like a movie like Silent House and stuff like that, you know, and it's basically just like what she's seeing when she's in there, and she's, you know, in the shadows and seeing all these creepy things, and basically finds herself, you know, trapped in there and everything. And this one has on here, though, feature-wise, it has bonus trailers on this one. And the last one here is from Wild Eye Releasing, and it's a movie which stars C. Thomas Howell called Ghost Cage. And this one was, I don't know if I had ever seen this one in the past or not, because it was originally from 2009, so I don't know for sure if I had or not. But this is basically, though, about C. Thomas Howell and his family. They move into this house, and his character is like the sheriff, and like the current police station, they're like remodeling it, they're going to be renovating it, and where he moved in, though, the house, it was kind of like, it used to have some kind of a police station stuff in it, because it has like a jail cell in it for some reason. And basically, though, weird things that happen in there, and like the kids and stuff like that, his kids, C. Thomas Howell's kids, are starting to see things, weird things are starting to go on, and it looks as if it has to do with because of this, you know, this jail cell that's in the house and everything. And then they're also talking about moving the prisoners in there that from the jail that they're renovating to be in that basement. So it's a really crazy concept here. And it has on here, though, feature-wise, it has bonus trailers and then behind the scenes on this one. But anyway, though, guys, that's all for the review portion of this video. And like I always say, if you guys enjoy these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching, subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.